Right, this is the Linisher. You're not going to need this for today's induction. However, you might want to use it when you're making other bits of furniture or other products. It's a large sander. The direction's exactly the same as the bobbin sander, so as you look down on the machine it's going clockwise. So again, you want to be working from left to right, especially on this machine because of the speed of the sanding paper itself. There's a sign on the top and here at the side that says no blue modelling foams on here. The reason behind that is the speed of the sandpaper and the material used. It'll weld itself onto the sanding paper immediately, rip it out of your hands and smash it against the stop. So it's for your own safety on that one. You've got your extraction. Make sure that the blast gate is open before you start sanding. It's closed normally just to maximise the extraction for the machines that are used all the time, like the disc sanders. So make sure that's open before you turn the machine on. The on and off switch is down here at the bottom. When you press the green button for on, it takes a few seconds for the machine to get up to full speed. When it's running at full speed, the white light turns on, and then you're ready to start sanding. You can either use the side fence, or you can move it nice and light and sanding. Gives you a nice clean finish. You've got a flat metal plate here. That's the maximum length of a panel that you can do, which is about 800mm. Anything longer than that, and you've got no support on the metal plate there, and the sharp corners on your panels are going to rip holes in the belt or rip the belt in half. So please, a maximum up to the length of this table for flat sanding. Make sure you let the sandpaper do the work as well. Even if you've got a couple of mil to take off, make sure it's nice and steady. You're not over pressing because that's where you run the risk of slipping and sanding your finger ends. Also, if you're pressing on too hard, you start clogging up the paper and that'll leave track lines in your workpiece as well, okay? Which then you've got to try and hand sand afterwards, so it can have a negative effect on using this sander. The other operation that you can do on here as well is by sanding on the end here as a bobbin. Again, with the direction, you want to be working from left to right. Bear in mind that the distance on the end here is further away than the extraction, so I recommend that you wear a dust mask again if you're using a lot of end sanding here on the bobbin. Make sure that it's a constant feed speed and pressure when you're going around and doing any of your curved work, and just take your time with it. If you're doing any rounded sanding on the end of a push stick, you want to make sure that you hit it actually in two halves. Might pay for you to do any of the radiuses like on the end of this push stick on the actual flat of the sander here. So if you work into the sander to a maximum of 90 degrees, turn the stick over or your piece part over, and then repeat the process. If you go past 90 degrees, especially with the end grain, you've then got the direction coming into play, and also with your timber, it's going to want to whip it out of your hand and throw it against the wall. So just bear that in mind when you're using this sanding machine. And take your time when you're using the end there, that you're holding it nice and steady and working your way around there when you're sanding. Once you've finished the machine, make sure that it's stationary and that it's nice and clean, and that you close the blast gate so it maximises the extraction in the room for the machines that's used regular in here.